Ok. Fait que j'ai checké un peu la DLC hier, puis il y a l'air d'avoir quand même du contenu pour à peu près 1 heure. Ouais. Et je me disais que ça pourrait être fun pour avoir un petit peu de lore de faire le DLC. Ou un petit peu plus de lore sur Lara. Et tirer notre temps avec Tomb Raider. Vu que c'est un trop bon jeu. Les vidéos variaient comme entre 45 minutes puis 1 heure et demie. Je me dis, moi, vu que je ramasse tout, ça devrait prendre plus comme 1 heure et demie. 45 minutes.
Final
On verra.
notice to Lara Croft, current tenant of premises. This is to serve as your final notice for the purposes of terminating your ownership of Croft Manor. You are required to immediately vacate and surrender possession of said manor to Atlas de Mornay, executor of estates.
Lara, it is unfortunate that you have forced my hand in this matter, but so be it. As you know, your parents appointed me executor of the estate in the event of their absence. Since your mother disappeared, her death was never technically declared. And given the circumstances surrounding your father's death, it's no surprise that he never drafted a formal last will and testament to account for this circumstance. Unfortunately, you have no legal claims to the estate.
Ça m'étonnerait bien
I'm
gros qu'il ait
willing
pas
to
fait un will,
negotiate
notre
a
père.
modest monthly stipend from your trust, but only if you leave the manor by week's end. Don't fight me on this, Lara. Your mother wouldn't want that. Sincerely, Atlas.
There has to be a will or some kind of evidence of what happened to Mum in the manor somewhere.
Il savait que c'était dangereux ce qu'il faisait. Hein. Fait que c'est pour ça que je dis ça.
Needs a combination. It's got to be in Dad's papers somewhere. Maybe in the library.
Oh, il y a l'air d'avoir une couple d'affaires qu'on peut regarder.
My birthday crown. I was so proud of that thing. That's my handwriting. My penmanship was pretty good.
Well, this is a hell of a thing. I met someone tonight quite unexpectedly. But it shouldn't have been, it seems. I've been so buried in my work, so distracted by my latest revelations, I never bothered to notice my surroundings. But there she was, sitting at my table in the library. Her name is Amelia. And apparently she's been studying right next to me. Art history, of all things. I shared some of my research against my better judgment, but I wanted to see how she would respond. And she did not disappoint. I felt as if I was suddenly engaged in a mental game of chess, moving and counter-moving in argument. At one point, that poor old librarian had to shush us as if we were children. I feel so foolish for not having noticed her earlier. She's a brilliant woman who's challenged my ideas for the first time in memory. In truth, I don't know if she's feeling as exhilarated as I am right now, but I dare say our conversation was mutually stimulating. For the first time in a long time, I find myself thinking about something else besides my research. I hope she returns for another round tomorrow.
Wow, toute une façon de dire qu'il était smitten avec elle.
Challenging each other from the start.
Sa voix, par exemple, dans l'affaire, elle faisait mal. Peut-être baisser un petit peu le dialogue. Je sais pas si ça va jouer avec ça. On va aller monter le son du caddie. C'était pas ça que je voulais faire, mais ok. Tu veux-tu bien le regarder? Bon.
Dad would have liked me to go to Oxford, but I insisted on UCL. Yep, looks real. Roth once offered to forge me a fake diploma to show Dad.
Oh.
A picture with Dad and Anna. Never liked wearing dresses, but the color was nice.
Ben voyons, Laurent. On porte tout le temps des robes pour toi.
C'est tellement
This is
pratique.
probably my grandfather Benjamin.
I finally introduced Richard to the family. It went precisely how I imagined. I see but polite grace from mother, indifference and disinterest from father, and thinly veiled contempt from Atlas. Of course they don't approve. To them, Lord Croft is the man who took away their beloved daughter and ruined her long-standing engagement, though I was never going to marry that repugnant Earl of Farringdon anyway. One might think they would be happy that I was being courted by a genuine lord of the realm. It just happens to be Richard Croft. In their eyes, the man who single-handedly ruined a once great family. But there's nothing to be done now. Watching how Richard dealt with their subtle insults and disrespect. Such grace and calm. I know he did it for me. I think I'm falling in love with this man. It will break my mother's heart, but I cannot live the life she imagined for me.
T'es pas
My
déjà en
time
amour
with
avec.
Richard has only made this clearer.
T'es pas déjà en amour avec quand tu vas le montrer à ta famille,
It must
d'habitude?
have been hard for Mum to go against her family's wishes. I'm glad she did.
Ce serait une bonne idée
One of
techniquement
Dad's
de le faire,
Yoruba
de
masks,
tomber en
a
avant
gift
avant
from a
la
friend he
présentation.
met on an expedition in Nigeria.
Surtout si t'as une famille qui désapprouve de même. Quoi en même temps, ça peut être aussi, genre, si t'as une famille qui critique, tu veux juste les fâcher, même si t'es pas en amour avec.
Dad's map of the forgotten cities of northern Syria. He was closer than he knew to finding the prophet's tomb. Dad's book about immortality myths might be useful in my research.
T'as fait un truc
Ah.
dedans.
Ouais. J'étais sûre d'avoir vu une Voyons, comment on appelle ça déjà? Une... Petit cassin pour voir. Une louche. J'étais sûre d'avoir vu... Non, c'est pas ça. Comment on appelle ça? Une loupe, ouais. J'étais proche. J'étais sûre d'avoir vu une loupe sur le côté. Puis là, j'étais comme...
The door
Je
to
vois
the
rien.
library.
Elle va te
Oui,
barrer.
mais tu sais, s'il y a rien.
Ouais, c'est ça.
Locked. There's got to be another way through.
Par la fenêtre, voyons.
This is the map I made for my first expedition with
Entre
Dad.
autres.
It
Oui.
shows a path
Qu'il y
to
a
a
un secret
library
passage.
through the servants' passages.
Oh. Voilà.
Wait, I can get to the library through the old servants' corridor.
Pas avant d'avoir tout
Artifacts
regardé
from the
ici.
Nile Valley. I always loved looking at these. Dad became interested in immortality myths after his expeditions to Egypt.
Hi, Dad. I've been thinking about Mum lately. I wish I knew more about her. How did you meet? What was she like? Winston told me that she was a brilliant artist. Are some of her paintings locked up in the West Wing? And I guess I just want to know, did she love me, Dad? Did she ever say that she did? Maybe I'm just being silly, but will you tell me more about her the next time I'm home from school?
C'est juste ça.
Lara, I've reviewed the report from your therapist. I have to say I was surprised to see a clean bill of health. I somehow doubt you've so easily abandoned your irrational claims. Indeed, where have you been the past few weeks? My secretary discovered that you booked a flight to Turkey on the 20th. You can't have been simply sightseeing, as your customs claims suggest. I know you're up to something, and I'll be damned if I let you use the Croft assets to indulge the same obsession that led to my sister's death. It's not too late to relinquish your claims on the manor voluntarily. If you refuse, I will find a way to cut you off. Sincerely, Atlas.
Ça, mon début, il disait que sa mère était juste disparue. Comment? J'ai peut-être mal compris.
Well, hello there, Sir Lancelot. Don't worry, you won't be borrowing your sword this time.
This time.
The Grand
Oopsie.
Hall.
Oh,
I
c'est ça.
always loved playing in here as a kid. This will be one of the first things to fix. A phoenix figurine. I bet this appealed to Dad's idea of immortality, of rising from the ashes and being born anew.
Oh, cool.
Il est vraiment beau, ouais.
« 54 reliques, 40 documents. Wow!
Holy fuck. Ben, c'est un manoir, je comprends, là, mais quand même.
Ouais. Ah. Master Key. Ah, il manquait ça.
This belongs to Anna. Most of her belongings are in the guest house. What
It
was
was
she
very small.
doing in here?
Hein?
C'était un petit.
Ouais.
Someone has a sense of humor.
Ok. Je voyais pas l'écriture. J'étais comme, qu'est-ce qu'il y a un sense of humor?
C'était assez petit aussi, ouais.
Lara, you know the West Wing is off limits.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to see...
We've been through this.
Was Mum's room in here?
Just stay out of there, darling.
Dad was always so protective of the West Wing. Locked. Need a key to open this.
What are you doing sitting there on the floor, Mistress Lara?
Looking at the compass, thinking.
What about, if I may inquire?
Just thinking about discovering faraway places, about finding adventure.
I'm sure you will, my lady. You've the soul of an explorer. But don't grow up too fast.
C'est qu'on peut mettre de quoi dedans, genre?
The offer
Peut-être une
came in
clé
the
pour
post last week,
Huh?
and I still haven't told Richard. He flew ahead to Tibet, where I will meet him shortly. I never told him I was submitting my work. Never thought there was a chance of being accepted. Oh, but a gallery tour is not something I can pass up. The show will take me away from England for over a year. I'll begin in New York and travel across the United States and, oh, God, I'm giddy even writing these words. When Richard and I were married, I was prepared to relegate my painting to a hobby, But it was Richard who objected, who gave me my atelier and studio. Without that support, I might still be painting boring landscapes. Now I can't shake the foolish sensation that leaving would be a betrayal. He will laugh at that and insist I accept, even though I know it will break his heart to be apart. He never once asked me to sacrifice any part of my life for his. I have, of course, in 1,000 small ways over the years, but he would never ask. The discussion can wait, and I will join him in Tibet. I won't cast a shadow over his find. I will be by his side in his triumph, as I know he will stand by my side, in time.
Je vais me moucher un peu.
Mhm. Le texte était tellement triste.
Ben, désolé. Les allergies ont l'air de fesser déjà pas mal à matin. Ben, cet après-midi.
Ouais.
Not sure. I really need to brush up on my ancestors one of these days. Another one of Dad's immortality artifacts. I think Roth bought this for him from a trader in Greece.
Ce serait une de mes belles règles, ça.
Ouais, hein? Mais ça dit amulette, je pense. Fait que ça doit être
C'est plus gros, ouais.
quelque chose dans le coup. Ok. Ça m'a fait jumper.
Oh non!
Désolée.
Ah, t'es sûr?
Merci. Je vais checker s'il y avait d'autres portes. Désolée encore.
Ah, t'es sûr?
Merci. Oh.
Des fois, c'est
Lara,
drôle. Vu que je t'entends 2 fois,
Since
j'ai
your
comme
return
envie
from
de te
your
dire à tes souhaits 2 fois
expedition
de
to
suite.
Yamatai, I've grown increasingly alarmed at your erratic behavior. I can only assume you suffered some kind of psychological trauma and are only acting out as a call for help. I want you to know that I hear you, loud and clear. Anna and I agree that it's time for you to be evaluated by a professional. I took the liberty of arranging an introduction to a highly qualified colleague of mine. You should be receiving the details in the post soon. I want to impress upon you the importance of this, Lara. As executor of the estate, it is my duty to see that it is left in capable hands. And if I may be blunt, you're acting like your father when he was at his worst. He nearly lost the manor himself in those days. I'd hate for you to repeat his mistakes. I encourage you to embrace the help I'm offering. Sincerely, your uncle.
C'est tellement weird comme mot. Embrace the help.
Ouais.
Hey, Jonah. Sorry for not getting back to you sooner. I've decided to do some research at the manor. A lot has happened, and I need some time to think about what I want to do next. This old place is filled with memories and secrets. Uncle Atlas has tried to keep me out of here for so long, I don't even know if I want to keep it. But after everything that's happened, maybe I can find out what it still means to me, if it's worth fighting him for. I'll let you know how things worked out when I'm back in London. Got to remember to pack this for my next trip.
Elle avait l'air comme croche. Ouh!
Should be able to explore the dark now.
Je
Oh,
savais pas eu de
nice.
problème pour ça, mais merci. Moi, je suis encore un coup.
Peut-être que quand t'aurais essayé de te rendre jusque-là, ça t'aurait probablement empêché, ouais.
C'est genre comme j'aurais sûrement essayé de rentrer dans l'affaire de Servant, puis ça aurait été noir, puis là, ça aurait fait comme. T'as besoin d'une flashlight!
Mm.
Je sais pas si je présume que ça doit être ça, la boîte qui est noire. Un passage entre mes murs, là. Ça doit pas être bien éclairé, là.
Ben, c'est un servant passage. Tu t'attendrais que ce soit quand même éclairé pour pas qu'il s'enfarge puis qu'il pète tout.
Ben, j'imagine si t'allumes les lumières là, oui, mais s'il y a pas de servant présentement, il y a juste moi, tu vois comment est-ce qu'il est
C'est
décrit.
vrai.
Amelia, the news has reached Mother. She knows that you broke off your engagement with the Earl of Farringdon. She is beside herself with worry. But, for the moment, she's controlling the narrative. As far as anyone knows, you're just having innocent second thoughts. But the moment your affair with Lord Croft goes public, it will be too late. Our name will be as ruined as this man you've chosen to bed. Don't you see that you're being selfish, Amelia? Please, consider your family. You're a de Mornay. Everything you do has a greater effect on us all. I'm coming down to London soon. Don't do anything rash until we have a chance to talk.
Je regardais si ça disait c'était de qui à côté, genre, si c'était de l'homme qui parlait dans l'autre message.
Oh, non, lui c'était son frère.
Tu penses que c'était un message de son
Falling
frère?
apart.
Lui,
Maybe I should
ouais.
just let my uncle have
En
this
haut, à
place.
gauche, il était marqué A Brother's Warning.
Ah, ok. Je vais pas regarder le titre.
They say a good test of a relationship is how well you travel together. Well, I'd say Amelia and I have passed that test with flying colors. Indeed, these last few months in Egypt have been nothing short of extraordinary. She and Roth get on like old uni chums. In fact, the two have spent more than a few nights drinking and playing cards into the wee hours. Despite her decidedly proper upbringing, Amelia's taken to roughing it more than I ever have. She fits in and connects with the local populace with such amazing empathy. Because of her, I've had a bit of an unexpected breakthrough in my research. She managed to convince an artifact dealer in Old Town to sell me a magnificent and quite unusual Tibetan scroll. From what I can tell, it seems to contain details surrounding an immortality ritual of some sort. I think it's time for me to take the next step with Amelia. In fact, I don't think I can wait any longer. I will ask for her hand tomorrow in the bright Egyptian sun amidst the dust and ruins.
Bon, Dust, peut-être que c'est moins romantique, là, mais dans les ruines, ça pourrait
I'm
être.
not
Là.
surprised he asked her to marry him as soon as he got the
Moi,
idea.
Camélia, elle aime ça.
Peut-être, hein. J'aime vraiment pas le message de notre père. Je sais pas c'était quoi leur idée de faire comme avec un grichage en arrière du micro, là.
C'est vieux.
Ça fait mal aux oreilles, je trouve.
Pour vrai? Oh non!
Pas moi, en tout cas.
Amelia, I know we have had our differences in recent years. I've tried my best to keep an open mind about your relationship with Richard, but I just can't let you go on this ill-conceived expedition without saying my piece. You say Richard's theories have merit. You say that he may have actually stumbled upon some mythic, unknown truth, but I have seen nothing to support such claims. And while your word may have been enough in times past, I cannot let you squander away what remains of your name and reputation, and that of our family, truth be told, on some damned foolish crusade. I intend to go to Richard's investors and let them know exactly how he's spending their money, but I want to give you a chance to put a stop to this yourself. Please, don't go to Tibet. If not for me, at least for Lara.
still just as creepy
Fait
as
qu'on
I
dirait quasiment que
remember.
c'est de sa faute à lui, que tout le monde va commencer à discréditer.
Je pense qu'il
Red
devait
Croft.
déjà en avoir un peu, mais disons que lui doit avoir contribué aussi.
Mm.
My lord, I hope this missive finds you on a successful expedition and in good health. Before I bore you with estate affairs, I wanted to let you know that our little angel has been into some mischief. As always, I indulged her in our usual game of chess. Over the course of the game, she broached the subject of her mother. She's having trouble remembering her now, and wanted to enter her ladyship's atelier, which you sealed off, to play on her mother's piano. It enraged her when she wasn't allowed to go in, of course. For someone so young, she has such strong emotions. Later in the day, she set a trap for me in the walk-in freezer of
Wow.
all places. Before I knew what was happening, I found myself locked inside. Mrs. Sheffield discovered me an hour later, shivering
place où on fermait
and
quelqu'un.
somewhat
Ouais, c'est ça.
peeved. It took us an additional hour to find Lara in the grounds.
Une
I
heure plus
know
tard, là, il
all
aurait
her
pu
hiding places, of course, but this time she
combattre
really did
l'hypothermie et la
not want to
plombe.
be found.
Mm.
Call it years of observation, but I can tell when she's out of sorts. My lord, if I may be so bold, she misses you fiercely. She is lonely for her father. Please consider a call as soon as you are able.
Poor Winston. I remember being so angry. He was always so patient with me.
Il y en a d'autres de ce bord-là. On dirait que non. On va tasser ça.
King to Queen 1. I'm going to win this time, Winston.
Clever girl. But you should know by now, winning isn't everything. Queen to King's Bishop 6. Check.
Easy for you to say. You always win. Knight takes queen.
What I mean to say is try to enjoy the journey, Lara. Don't rush to victory. Bishop to King 7.
I know, Winston. I just want... Oh no! I didn't even see that!
You should also know by now, I'm not to be trifled with on this board, young lady. Mate.
Oh, I am going to win. Someday.
I would play chess with our old butler Winston on this board. Never could beat him. I always chose white. Maybe if I let him go first once in a while, I might have won.
Si quelque chose marche pas, tu changes de stratégie d'habitude.
Mm.
Micro-bar, moi. Ça va faire bizarre que c'est pas les ambigueux que j'utilise.
C'est vrai. Ce serait un petit peu bizarre d'avoir ça à cette place-là.
Effectivement.
I'm at a crossroads now. Good Lord, that's such a cliche. But there's truth in it. 2 roads before me. Both present joy and compromise. A life with Richard, adventure, intellectual pursuit, perhaps a new family. But also a man obsessed with something I cannot understand. Or a life of obligation, upholding the de Mornay name, embracing our traditions, not losing the family that raised me. Oh, this really is a rubbish choice. I don't want to lose them, but I love the life I've started to build with Richard. He comes with his own difficulties, but I can accept them. Will it be enough?
Everything is almost ready for Mistress Lara's birthday expedition surprise. It's been a bit of an all-hands-on-deck effort organizing the affair and keeping it secret. She's obsessed with Egypt, memorizing hieroglyphs and ancient Egyptian districts, so she'll be delighted with what Lord Croft has come up with. This will be good for her. She's been acting up of late. but I know she's just craving more of her father's attention. He's been so buried in his research. It'll be a nice moment for the two of them to reconnect. And I do believe he needs it as much as she does.
Ouais, disons que c'est pas super bon de trop rester absorbé avec ses recherches.
Ouais.
En fait que je peux tasser ça. Ça, c'est quoi ça dit? Un autre affaire que je peux tasser, ok.